Hello, hello everybody. I'm Eugenia Galazzo from Interdisciplinary Research Foundation, and you know that we are doing a lot of international projects, publishing, we do some social projects also, and this broadcast connecting experts, scholars, scientists from different countries sharing their amazing experience, their unique insights, and today we have one of the authors from New Eastern Europe magazine, Igor Michnik, who is currently in Ukraine, in Donetsk region, Sloviansk, very famous, sadly famous Sloviansk city from the point of the war. And Igor is a part of humanitarian mission there and working for German organization. And you can read more in his short bio in this post. And we are not spending more time, but giving the voice to Igor to ask him what actually he's doing in Sloviansk in Ukraine now, and what are all actions about this humanitarian help in Ukraine going on. Please, Igor.
Okay, thanks a lot. I will share my screen and need also to clarify something at the very beginning.
Okay.
So one moment.
Please, we can see your slide. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's not a fully humanitarian mission, to be precise, although we started now working on a humanitarian project, but we are working here on civil society related project, and our office and our project is basically called Drukarnia, Civil Society Center Sloviansk, as you can see. We are connected, and we were founded by the DRA, a German Berlin-based organization, which is focusing on civil society rights and particularly partnership with NGOs in Eastern Europe and post-Soviet states. And we are funded by the German Federal Foreign Office and the German Donor Bread for the World. So it's about us. We developed the furthering missions in the short time that we started working, because officially we opened just in September 2019. So our missions are to strengthen, as I said, the civic engagement by working with different activists, people here from the region, by increasing the awareness of environmental problems throughout the region, because as many of our audience might know, the whole region, the so-called Donbas region, Donetsk and Luhansk region, used to be very industrialized in Soviet times, but already before, since the end of the 19th century, and there are a lot of things which became even more dangerous in terms of environmental risks due to the conflict. And the third thing is that we are conducting local, regional, national, and international events, forums on these various topics related to political and civic education and environmental issues. And on the slides you can also see a few photos of our events there.
Yeah, actually I can see you there near the whiteboard, and you have just impressive experience, international experience, and your background just amazing. And can you tell a little bit about yourself, how you turn up in Donetsk region, in Sloviansk? Because I know you are from Germany originally.
Yes. I grew up in Berlin. My family emigrated from Ukraine and Russia in 1991, and then I just decided to study political sciences and social sciences. And in 2016, I started focusing also more on the developments in Ukraine, because this was since 2014, obviously, a lot of vibrant and also sad times started in Ukraine, starting with the Euromaidan revolution, the political changes, and then unfortunately also the beginning of the war in 2014.
I see. So I see your most of your focuses in your biography is connected to Eastern Europe, Ukraine. What is your article about, in New Eastern Europe magazine, shortly?
Okay, so shortly I discussed, because this is not really or mostly the focus of our work here, but I'm also a political scientist and sociologist, as I mentioned. The challenges of the so-called reintegration. I co-authored this with Tim Bose. And in our article, we try to disentangle some key ideas surrounding the so-called reintegration of the Donbas region, and particularly what a safe or secure integration of these territories might actually mean. The whole term or the whole idea of secure integration was mentioned by the President Zelensky in October 2019 for the first time as one of the crucial steps for reintegration together with the ceasefire and reconciliation. But just by putting this topic on the agenda, he used the word reintegration and started facing a lot of mistrust by the Ukrainian civil society. So, to understand more clearly what this concept actually is about, Tim Bose and I talked to different analysts and activists, both Kiev-based but also in Slavyansk, where I'm currently working, and collated and juxtaposed these views in our article. And essentially, to put it very briefly, secure integration means that any kind of reintegration policy and all forms of political dialogue can only be conducted in a safe environment, preventing substantial risks in the course of the process for anyone involved. So this means that neither the risk to citizens involved in this process nor the Ukrainian state as a whole should be anyhow triggered. And
yes, I'm like your colleague, scientist. I'm very excited about this, and for sure I will read everything connected to your topics of research. But like a human who is staying now in Slavyansk during this lockdown, can you tell us which barriers you faced? And you saw the real people who are walking behind the window now, right?
Yeah.
And between the ideal situation and our magic world of being scientists, what is the real life look like there, and which barriers you faced stay there?
Thanks for the question. It's this. I can lead back to a previous slide shortly about our whole idea of the office was to trigger international exchange here in the region, as we started already before opening in August 2019. So we wanted to continue conducting different volunteering programs as we did last summer for people from Canada, but also mostly European countries like Moldova, Germany, Spain. But with the lockdown, inviting anyone from other countries became almost impossible. So the whole idea of somehow Europeanizing the region by triggering, supporting exchange between people from the European Union, NGO stakeholders, young people, became almost impossible with the lockdown. So one moment I stopped sharing my screen so that you can see me again.
Okay, actually we can see you, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the whole idea of just, as I mentioned, having international people coming here, now finding out more about the region, about what is happening in Slavyansk, also to go beyond different stigmas and stereotypes connected to the region, and coming back with a complex picture from the Donetsk and Luhansk region to European countries became tremendously difficult in these lockdown times.
I see. So coming to my next question about anything positive, right? About some opportunities you can see from this situation. Maybe you saw some interesting cases, you faced personally some interesting cases from Slavyansk you want to share with us. Maybe you saw people who are not very different from people in Germany or other parts of Ukraine. I don't know if you've been somewhere else except of Slavyansk.
During lockdown, I haven't been traveling. I'm basically, I can actually say stuck in Slavyansk.
Yeah, you're 1 year in Ukraine, right?
Yeah, of course, yes. In general, I think this is my general approach to life. People are not that different all over the world, or they're different cultures, but people are people, and we are built by form of identity, perception, depending on the experiences that we make and accumulate over life. So if you talk to many people here, of course, for instance, the time of the occupation in 2014 and also the ongoing war is still present in how they perceive the world and their own security and what is relevant for them. So this is about his question. But there is like something which I found very fascinating from the very beginning when I started traveling this region. So I was in Mariupol in 16, then in 17 here as a researcher in Kramatorsk, Bakhmut, and the Donetsk region. 18 I worked in a humanitarian mission before I then in 19 moved again here. So there is a very strong energy that people have and resilience. So considering all these circumstances people are facing, I find it every day impressive how people actually react and adapt to these circumstances and try to build something new and positive and nice. And of course, this does not relate to everyone, but finding these people, working with them together who did not stop being active and trying to build a better society here, and working with them together since 2014, I found truly inspiring. And even in this lockdown times, to get back to your questions, you have volunteers who started distributing masks, who started knitting them by themselves, who organized volunteer committees to distribute products, for instance, to elderly people, particularly vulnerable. And this is something that I find really inspiring here.
This is really inspiring to hear this, and I think we will share more links from you just to give more deep view on this situation and everything, all your findings. And like one question till we finish about the journal, New Eastern Europe journal. For who it could be interesting, because like this magazine is very famous, but not being politically assigned or like giving this grassroots and like information from the bottom, from the regions. So like, what do you think? Who could be interested in buying this issue of New Eastern Europe magazine, and like which specialists maybe, or people who are interested in which topics?
I'm in touch with many people, many anthropologists, historians, sociologists, political scientists, broader social sciences and humanities, who are regionally interested in Eastern Europe. And I think for everyone who according to their academic focus, also development studies or peace and conflict research is interesting in the developments in Eastern Ukraine, but also in countries in countries of Central Asia and civil society developments there, or Moldova. There are quite a few interesting articles also about Moldova in this article. You should definitely have a look at the articles there.
I see, and
it's not only about Donbas, which is also particularly close to me, not only because I wrote about this, but also working here. But also, if you want to get a more comprehensive understanding of the developments and if you can say the post-Soviet spaces, then you should have a look at this.
I see. So how it's possible, for people who are interested to maybe to have the copy of this magazine, where they can order it? Is it possible to read it online, or it's only paper version?
You can get a version online. I will share a link where you can order it, a copy for yourself. So as soon as you order the copy, also the printed copy for yourself, you will get immediately also the PDF. I personally prefer, because I'm on the move. I used to be on the move before lockdown a lot. I prefer reading versions. So just go to the website, order it, and support also an amazing magazine, which is due to lockdown struggling financially, unfortunately. And I think we need more research, particularly on this region, and to hear more voices from different countries of Eastern Europe.
I see. And I remember also, just to finalize our interview today, I remember that you're also personally teaching German for kids now in Sloviansk, right?
Not only for kids, actually. This is it.
For young.
Yeah, we thought that there would be more use, but me and my colleague, who is here from the region, from the Donetsk region, who speaks fluently German, realized quickly that there is a huge cultural interest in everything which is happening in Germany by quite a few people, because it seems like geographically, also for someone who was raised in the European Union, it's not that far, but it means opening somehow a different world to many, and this is also quite exciting to hear and to understand the perception that people here have of Germany, which is of course different to mine because I grew up there, and it's I'm getting from them insights that I have not heard about, for instance, and I thought about when it comes to Germany or the European Union before.
So I think it would be a good basis for the new article about cross-cultural understanding or something like that, right?
Oh, I put this on my to-do list. Thanks for the recommendation.
Thank you. So thank you so much for your time today, and this like opening these hidden parts of Sloviansk for us. And I invite everybody who is interested in conflict studies, in some anthropological studies, and Eastern Europe in general, and also Asia, right? To look into these developments in New Eastern Europe magazine, and also we will share like today some additional links so you can have more broadened view on this topic. Thank you, Igor. Again, I hope we will see you in our next program about more deep scientific research and expert opinions at our YouTube channel. So thank you, dear followers. Stay tuned, and next Friday the new intrigue is waiting for you, so you will know our next speaker from a different country. So stay with us. Have a great and amazing weekend ahead. Thank you, Igor.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
the.
Thank you.
Goodbye. See you.
Thank you. See you.